Look at that. That is volcanic red GMC Canyon 2023 AT4X. Hey, it's Tim, Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk. And in this video, I'm gonna tell you my top 5 likes and top 5 not likes, do it that way, on this 2023 GMC Canyon AT4X. On this channel, there's tons of videos on this truck. I've done it off-roading, I've done showing features of it. Jill and I have done some stuff with it. So I've all the details. If you want those videos, check them out above. I'll put some cards up above. But in this video, like I said, let's talk about the 5 likes and 5 not so much likes and just kind of go right to it, break it down. I'm on my way to Denver today, so there's gonna be some interstate traffic, but I wanted to pull over and do this. Yeah, kind of all the time I had today with this vehicle. So let's talk about this. The overall likes is, first of all, I like the way it looks. I like the styling. I like the stance. I just like the way they pulled it off. I mean, yeah, it has some design cues like GMC Sierra, but it stands on its own. It's its own unique thing. Even with the bugs down there, it's its own unique thing. Got some nice matching tow hooks, skid plates, the bigger tires. I mean, the wider fenders. I mean, they made it wide on purpose for better track, and I think it just looks good. I really do like the overall styling, and I do like these body lines. These like chiseled body lines here and there. I mean, I think it has a very strong look to it, and I'm a big fan of that on this truck. And come around the back, you can kind of see that back roll up there. And again, AT4X, so they bring the bumpers up a little bit more so you have more ground clearance, and I have front and rear electronic lockers, the multi-matic DSSV, dampers, and so yeah, just lots of goodies. Number 2 thing I like of this truck is I like the powertrain. The 2.7 liter, 430 foot-pounds of torque, 310 horsepower, made it to an 8-speed transmission, the revised 8-speed transmission, by the way. It shifts well, it's got plenty of power. Even though people are like, oh my God, Tim, it's a 4-cylinder. How, you can't have a 4-cylinder in a truck. Guys, turbocharged. And yes, we've had turbocharged engines more than a decade now. So this isn't new technology. We've had it around for a long time. It's not 1980s turbocharged. So yeah, and yeah, they are expensive when they go out. But you get better performance, better torque, you get better fuel economy. There's so many benefits to that engine. I think it outweighs any of the concerns about turbos. The third thing, number 3 thing I like about this truck is like how tall the cabin is. And I have a video coming out later on with this truck, or sometime soon when I get around to it. But I have my friend Dale stop by, who's 6'6", and he put the seat all the way back, was able to get his head in there and able to fit. So I mean, 6'6" person fitting in the cabin, I think that's a win. That's huge. Number 4 thing I like, and I kind of mentioned this over here, is capability. You know, I have the better ground clearance, I have the multi-matic DSSV dampers, I have the front locking differential, rear locking differential, so, and the bigger rock rails here to keep stuff away from the body panels. I mean, you got a very capable truck. Granted, it is $58,000, but it's a very capable truck. 5th thing I want to talk about is overall driving and driving experience and ride comfort. I don't have time to do a whole lot of video today driving it, but I can tell you behind the wheel it drives nice. Even with the bigger tires, I don't have the road noise from the tires. Don't hear a tire whine, and it's really a nice riding truck. I really do like that about it. So yeah, big deal there. All right, so let's go flip this around to the 5 dislikes. The one in these videos that always gets played the most. People always skip my likes, go right to my dislikes. They're like, what do you don't like, Tim, about? We want to know. That's the big deal. So my first problem, it's a me problem only, is yeah, I don't get in very well. So I'm gonna do my best to hold the camera and show you this, but basically I gotta put my leg up like this, swing my left butt or right butt cheek over, grab the steering wheel, and pull myself into the cabin. Yeah, that's not awesome at all. And dear Lord, my kids, my 11-year-old he's like dreading getting in this truck because he just can't get in. We do have one grab handle on that side, which is kind of nice, but nothing over here to grab. And just the overall height makes it a big kind of problem getting into it. Again, more about styling. I really do like the styling. I really like the seats on this vehicle. So yeah, that's the, get back to a little bit. That is the tough one, is getting in and out for me. And frankly, I wouldn't buy the AT4X because it's just about an inch too tall. So I think if you are 5'10", 5'11", 6 foot, 6'2", 6'3", 6'6", you get in and out pretty easily. But what's interesting about the 6'6" guy is he wants to haul his family around, but when you put the seat all the way back to fit him, there's no room in the back. Like, look at my bags. That's the rear seat room and leg room. And honestly, again, I'll link to that video when I publish it. I publish all the other vehicles, mid-sized trucks. They're all the same. You know, they call these things crew cab trucks, but frankly, if I was having one of these trucks, I'd probably take out the back 2 seats if I was overlanding or working with it and just make a toolbox out of there, because there's no reason to do that. Because nobody can really sit back there unless you have guys like my size. So if I'm 4 guys of 5'7", we all fit. My wife and kids, we all fit. But you get, again, some taller people in the cabin, you're going to have a little more tighter ride. Can they do it? Sort of. But again, that 6'6" guy, he had 3 inches of room between his back of his seat and the lower seat bench back there. So keep that in mind. Number 2 thing I don't really love about this vehicle is some of the technology. So we know by now, if you don't know, they moved the headlight button up here, which we've dealt with that. Okay, it's up there. But the other thing that's frustrating is when I go through the menu system here, and I go through the different settings here, and I turn it over. See that trip odometer? You have to change the trip odometer. You have to go over here, and I think it's in more control. Or no, let me see if I can remember where it's at. If I go home, and I go to controls, no, home and vehicle status, and then I can change it there. I don't know. It's like over trip. There it is. I go to trip, and then I can go, and I can go in here, and I can reset it. My Lord. Why? Why is it so many steps? Why do I have to memorize where it's going to be? And I just don't love that. And I also don't love the fact that I've gotten, I have CarPlay installed, and I'll play the radio, and then text message comes through, and this doesn't silence the radio so I can hear the text message. I have to turn down the radio, turn it back up, and the text message playing, turn back up the radio, turn back. I mean, it doesn't seem like it works very well for me. And I have a Silverado at home, and my Chevy Silverado does it just fine. But this doesn't seem wants to do it. I don't know why it doesn't want to do it. And the third thing I don't like, and this kind of goes to my Silverado as well, I don't like the shifter. I've never liked the shifter here. I don't understand why we did it that way. I understand it's an 8-speed. I understand it's different than 10-speed. So the 10-speed I have in a Silverado is about, it's I don't know, say it's like here. You just push it back and forth, and that's reverse drive, that kind of things. You don't have to slide it back and forth. You don't have to worry about that stuff at all. Opens up a lot more cargo or room here for like storage. Opens up better cup holders. And then in this one, I have a full shifter, like goes all the way down. And I understand that, there are, mechanical differences between the 8-speed and 10-speed. And I realize that engineers are watching this going, Tim, we tried it, we just can't do it. You can't do that with an 8-speed. The way mechanically it works, I get all that stuff, but it's 2023. You guys make billions of dollars. Your CEO makes millions of dollars. Come on, let's figure that out. Because I think if they did that in this situation, you'd have a much smaller shifter here. This could fit here. You could move some stuff around. You don't have this wireless phone charger back in here. You could just make things lay out a little bit better. I think that would make a big difference. Okay, and I also want to talk about seat comfort. I think I could do like 4B on that one or whatever. I just want to talk about, because I talk about all my GM vehicles as far as vehicle reviews. GM seats are notoriously bad for since like 2016. They getting better. I think in this AT4X, the higher trim levels have more comfortable seats. I know GM engineers are going to say, well, Tim, it's the same seat foam, it's the same this, whatever. I don't know. The leather, I guess, maybe wears better for me or just fits me better, something like that. But I drove 3 hours at a day home, and in this truck, I'm driving 3 hours to Denver today. I drove 3 hours on Saturday. I've driven an hour and a half yesterday. I mean, so I've driven this truck a lot. And I will say the seats are better. I don't love them, but they're better. And so then let's wrap this up. The final thing I don't like about this truck is just the questions about reliability right now. There is an ongoing known issue with the battery going dead in these trucks after sitting for a couple days. My brother's GMC Canyon, he just bought this 2023. He's had it twice now. His battery's gone dead, had to get towed to the dealership. So I just really have concerns about that for this model year. And the thing is that people don't always understand is it's like, okay, GM, just fix it. It's easy, just take care of that. Well, every vehicle has almost 100 different suppliers. And so what they're looking at, they're trying to figure out where's happening, what are the causes for it's happening, what's the ambient temperature outside, what's the daytime, what is nighttime. I mean, trying to get these details to see where the issue is. And being an electrical issue, as I know from fixing my old 62, it's notoriously difficult to track those down. People have said it's an over-the-air update that's hanging. Well, I talked to GM about that, and they're like, we haven't done an over-the-air update yet. So, and they're like, ironically, maybe an over-the-air update to fix the problem with the software, if it is a software issue, or it's an electrical issue. And so you're dealing with all these different suppliers, and even like this information here, like this screen here is multiple suppliers who have worked on software and things, and so you're tracking that down. As we saw with, like Jim Farley was talking about, the Ford CEO, is that, people asked him, why is over-the-air updates so slow to roll out? He goes, we're not a software company. We're a truck company, which is the same as GMC. They are a truck company. And so tracking down software issues that are software provided by suppliers, not their team, is always somewhat stressful. Their team verifies the software is installed correctly and verifies what they have to make it work, but it's not like GM sitting there coding stuff. They don't have like a warehouse of coders. You know, they are a truck company. So that's my concern right now, and I have to put it on there because it is a concern, people shopping for this truck. I frankly would give it a little more time and let those issues get worked out and just see what happens. It's strange to have that happen. And I'm sorry, it's not a first year vehicle issue. We've seen it happen in model year, mid-model year issues. Things happen. at this point though, I would just wait. I would pause, maybe shop around, keep an eye on things, and then make a determination from there. All right, there you go. There's my 5 likes and 5 dislikes on this 2023 GMC Canyon AT4X. All right, for more chicken videos over here, website down below as well, pickuptrucktalk.com. As always, thanks for watching. I will see you down the road.